Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Bills and Bourbon, where I am here to blow off some steam about this football team. So buckle up because the homers might as well shut us off because we're not for you. We're here to talk about what is going on with this team and what needs to happen for them to get back on the right path. So here's my co-host Dean, my dad, and obviously, being Bills and Bourbon, we're going over our bourbon today, which is Iron Smoke Small Batch.
Hi everybody. So this bourbon, it's Iron Smoke Small Batch. It is not made in Kentucky. It is made in Fairport, New York, which is Jesus. It's in the Finger Lakes region of New York, and it's a 2 year age 2 years in American white oak triple charred barrels. So if you take a look at it, it's got an extremely deep color from the triple char, and really really smooth. And it's one of the few that I have that isn't made in Kentucky, but I like it. So
Yeah, usually bourbon is made in Kentucky, right, Dad?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All right.
But we might need to drink the whole damn bottle to friggin' get over what's going on with the boys here. Seems they are collectively confused. I mean, I thought even with the way they were playing, they could have pulled it off. They were driving, and Kincaid fumbled. Also, the ridiculous intentional ground call that most likely cost us a field goal. So and our defense, busted up as it was, did a good job. They held them. They did the best they could. The loss, it's on the offense again. They can't. I don't know. They can't score like they were.
The last time the Bills played was Thursday Night Football, 10 days ago. They had 10 days to prepare for whatever they thought the Bengals were going to do to them. Well, however they thought that they were going to play it. And we come out there and we run the hurry up. First drive of the game, 5 plays, 3.5 minutes, touchdown. After that, no more hurry up. The Sean McDermott goes on the presser to tell us that we want to have other styles of play. What does that mean? Why do we need to have other styles of play? It feels like every single week this Bills team is trying to have a new style of play. And I don't understand it. I just don't understand it.
Well, you even they said on the broadcast that they were talking to Bean, and Bean said this team is still trying to find its identity. It's 9 games into the fucking season. You know what your identity is? Your $250 million quarterback.
Why are you trying to find an identity? The Bills have had an identity since 2020. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I have been really, really hard and down on Dorsey, but as who knows? Maybe it's McDermott and calls up there and says, we don't, let's get away from the no huddle or the hurry up and try to run, even though they rushed the ball 6 times yesterday.
Yeah, and they keep talking about how they need to be a dual threat, and it's just like, what kind of shit is that? If you're trying to do that, you can't run the ball 5 times and throw it 45. That's not a dual threat offense. That's just not. So you guys
That's
got
what
to figure it out. So Sean McDermott gets on there and he says, "Oh yeah, we want to slow down the offense so that um, we can preserve the defense so they're not on the field all the time." And it's like, okay, you slow down the offense, guess what? None of the players like to play slow. They've all gone on their press conference and they say, "Yep, we play better when we're in the hurry up, when we kind of are in a rhythm, when we move along." When you take all 25 seconds in between every single play, even on the last 5-6 minutes of the game, no urgency, none. Just strolling, calling the play, getting up to the line, doing the leg thing, looking around, assessing the defense. No, that's not how it goes. That is not how it goes, especially against the Bengals. It's
and I don't understand how they cannot how the coaching staff cannot see that. Josh is he's a weapon. You get him going and let him do his thing. There's a couple times yesterday where he did take off, but there was a couple times where he definitely hesitated. Now, I don't know. I'm sure it's probably got a little bit to do with his shoulder, but you can't have a team that's one day we're gonna run the ball one game and then we're gonna throw it 50 times another game and then we're gonna run the hurry up or no huddle for a little bit, then we're gonna go away with it, even though it's successful. That is the crux of everything. You do what is successful. Doesn't fucking matter. You want to slow, you want to preserve your defense. Bullshit. You score 50 points. That's how you preserve your defense.
right. The defense
it's to the point. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bud.
Defense played well enough again
To win.
or to win. I don't care how good your defense is. 18 points does not win a football game. It just doesn't. And you have top 3 wide receiver in the league, top 2 quarterback in the league. Like, what are we doing? Like, if I was Stephon Diggs, everybody wants to talk about how big of a diva he is. You are number one. You're in the NFL, so you're elite as it is. Then you're in the top 5 of the elite, and you can't win a football game. And you're like, they might not make the playoffs this year. As a fan, we need to recognize that we might not make the playoffs this year. And if that doesn't put anybody on the hot seat, I've lost all faith in the organization, including Brandon Beane, because we can't just sit here and say, "Oh, I have faith in our organization and our players." Look at where that has got us. Look at it. Here we are.
Yeah, and I've said it before. Even McDermott and the challenge. You're in the late stages of the game. Maybe he got his hand under it. Maybe he didn't. But you wasted a timeout because unless it was called an incomplete pass on the field, it's got to be,
clear and obvious.
Yes, and he's. So I have a little one. Since he started as our head coach, 7 for 22 in challenges. I don't know, someone up in the booth saying challenge it, but you have to be absolutely 100% sure because you're going to burn a timeout that you could lose. You're going to need at the end. And he did. And it was, I'm getting to the point where I'm sick of he brought us out of the fucking drought and, we're all a fucking family and one Bills family and shit.
That's the Homer mentality. That is
anymore. And then, everybody's like, my friends are like, well, who are they going to get? Well, they'll fucking figure that out.
Who cares?
This team, they're not going to make the playoffs. They have to play Philly. You saw They have to play Kansas City, who in Kansas City, Mahomie always seems to fucking get over on us. But we've beaten them. I mean, to some extent, Dallas. Dallas is playing well. I mean, they need to get to 10 wins, is what everybody says. And so we have Broncos should win, Jets should win, and then we have the Patriots should win. I don't know. I don't even know how I can say that because we lost to the Jets and the Patriots. But if we get to them 3, that means they got to win 2 of Miami, Kansas City, Philly, Dallas, and who else? There's one other team. And the way they're looking now, don't look like they can do it.
Mm-mm.
They can't score any points.
No, can't score any points
in the first. What did they have in the first? Oh, it's 7 points in the first half.
Mm-hmm. And they scored that, and they had the first half of the game. They had 7 minutes of possession.
9. I saw that.
Was it 9?
Yeah, it was 9 minutes. But that was the thing. Oh, it doesn't matter how much you have the ball. It's like,
what do you mean?
Our defense held them to 3 points in the second half, and they couldn't muster up enough to win the game. They couldn't. It's the one bright spot. Finally, they figured out Dalton Kincaid. He's about 20 times better than Knox.
He's about 20 times better than Gabe Davis too. What are we doing? We got a rookie tight end is our number 2 right now. A rookie tight end. This is a problem. They don't look at what happened at the Bucs. They spread the ball around. They roll down the field. They're having fun. They're enjoying themselves. And then what? We throw it to Dalton Kincaid. We throw it to Khalil Shakir. And we throw it to Stephon Diggs. That's it. And then you got 33-year-old Latavius Murray in there 90% of the snaps because fucking James Cook can't pass block. He just can't do it. They just bowl him over. He's too small or he doesn't get it. I don't know what it is. He's a liability in the backfield that way. So guess what? Murray is in. Oh, the Bills are going to pass the ball. James Cook is in. Oh, the Bills are going to run the ball. And guess what? Every single play is out of the shotgun. Every single one. It's mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing. Get Sean McDermott out of here. Fire his fucking ass. I'm sick of it. I
see they had Deontay Hardy, 3 snaps. Little spitfire. Where's the jet sweep? Every friggin' team, the Chiefs do it like 7 times a game. And this Deontay Hardy, you saw if you give him a chance, same with Shakir. And how the fuck does Gabe Davis get no catches and 2 targets? That's the first time I saw Josh when they asked him that. First time he ever said, I just call the play on, that comes down to me. First time I've ever seen him crack.
They asked him also, how come it took you so long to get to the hurry up? He said, wasn't part of our game plan. What?
They don't know how to use the weapons that they have. It's that, and I'm telling you, McDermott and his defensive-minded head coaching. I need to keep my friggin' defense off the field, so we're gonna keep our offense on the field, and it's just like.
So when you go 3 and out, is that keeping your defense off the field? When you run these bullshit plays, when you run these halfback draws, like what? Who is telling these guys to do this?
Well, it's obviously like, Dorsey.
But I'm literally mind blown. I am mind blown when I was texting you. You were texting me at the beginning of the game. Josh is on fire. It's going to be a track meet.
Yep.
And then
And it went away.
Don't see anything that they did in the first drive. Oh yeah, it worked. And then Dorsey said it's because of the we were backed up in a couple of situations. The first drive, that dumbass Ty Johnson that they friggin' elevated off the practice squad instead of starting playoff Lenny, ran it out of the end zone to the 7-yard line. And they ran the hurry up all the way down the field. Answer the question. I hope that they go back and they watch their interviews and say, wow, I look like a fucking dumbass. I look like an idiot because they're wasting it away. They're wasting it away. You've got a generational talent. You won't see a Josh Allen for another 20 years. And they're just,
and God forbid he starts getting disenchanted.
right. They're going to run him out of Buffalo.
What the fuck is going on here? You know, like you see guys like Rodgers and these guys that they get offensive coordinators fired. I mean, if Josh went in there and said, "What the fuck are we doing?"
Right.
You guys got to be kidding me with this play calling.
Right. Josh's contract is what? 5-6 years? He's only got what?
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. So
he's not going anywhere, but you get freaking Kyle Shanahan on the phone. What do you think Josh would look like on the 49ers? They would be unstoppable. Nobody, not one team in the NFL would be able to handle that. And guess what? If I'm Josh Allen, I would say, that sounds pretty good to me. I don't want to re-sign with the Bills. Why? Why would I do that?
Well, we're not going to get into that because that's. But there's something has to give here. You can't run an anemic offense and just keep saying we didn't get into a rhythm, and half of them stand there and say I don't know what's going on, which is fucking ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. He said it. How many times has he said it? And I really don't know why. You're the head coach, bruh. You're not the defensive coordinator. You are responsible for the entire team. So what is it, dude? What is it? His press conference today was 8 minutes. What a bum. What a coward. Stand up there and answer the questions that you're asked. Dorsey, 26 minutes long. At least he had the courage to sit up there and talk. John, 8 minutes. He was 45 minutes late. What a bum. What are you doing? What kind of example are you setting for yourself, the organization, and the team? Like,
well, you think you don't know, like, because it's like being at the Pentagon. You don't get anything from anybody. You even know Pagula, fucking guy, never says a word. They never show him. You never see him. He never talks. He never does anything.
I know.
You see Jerry Jones every fucking 2 minutes. They show all the owners in the boxes. No, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no creativity on offense. There's no passion. Josh gets off, goes over, sits in the fucking corner by himself.
They coached the fire out of him. I've never seen anything like it. Today on Twitter, they were posting highlights from 2020 to 2022.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are wide open. When was the last time you saw a receiver wide open in the Ken Dorsey offense? When?
Well, you could see after the Giants game how Daboll, he fucking barely shook Sean's hand.
Right.
Barely.
Right.
And he went up and hugged
Josh.
And so McDermott's probably going, we need to slow this fucking shit down. And Daboll's like, fuck that. This is how we're doing it. This is the offense we're running, and this is how we're doing it. And that's we're 100%. Winning.
Yeah.
And now we got a fucking second-year guy. And Sean, fucking God. It just sends me over the edge. And I would seriously, if we don't make the playoffs, you have to think about making a change. You
I
have to.
I think good organizations they're not reactive, they're proactive. So, this is how it happens. This is how it happens. So, and to everybody out there who's like, well, who are we going to get to replace
I know.
Sean McDermott and Ken Dorsey? All right, I'll tell you, Joe Brady should be calling the plays next game. And I don't even give a shit who the head coach will be, because I don't know what Sean's philosophy is in there, but they all look just like you said. They don't look like they
No
used to be. They
passion,
used to
no
be.
urgency, and they run the same stupid plays.
Yeah.
It's
That playbook is 10 plays
what is
long.
that quarterback draw? Where he
Yeah,
snaps the
halfback
ball,
draw out of
either
the
gives
gun.
it
Yeah.
to him this way or that way, runs into the middle, boom, gets a yard. Fucking okay, 2nd and 9. You come out slinging it like the first drive, boom, 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 boom. Defense like, what the fuck is going on here now? Touchdown. Oh well, let's not do that anymore. Let's go away from it. It's mind-boggling. They fucking teams. They fired the Eagles fired Andy Reid. He went to 3 straight NFC Championship games, and they fired him.
Yep.
One step from the Super Bowl, 3 years in a row, and they fired him.
Mm-hmm.
And he, whatever. And then he went to fucking Kansas City and stole the pick to fucking pick Mahomes from Sean, and the rest is history. When we didn't have a general manager, Sean's, oh, you want to trade the 10th pick? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, Andy, yeah. Patrick Mahomes. The rest is fucking history.
What
else I got here? No passion.
Yeah, that is a huge problem. A huge problem.
And I will say, once again, the refereeing. The guy trips, just about busts friggin' Kincaid's shin, and no penalty. And then the ridiculous intentional grounding. Even Collinsworth, who's generally he was
Collinsworth
like,
wanted to tell that guy to shut up.
He had the option to go deep or stop. He saw the cornerback or the safety over the top. He cut the route off. Josh didn't realize it. He threw the ball before he stopped, and then that whoever the fucking idiot
Terry McCauley.
It doesn't matter where the receiver it doesn't matter. It's where the ball landed, and Collinsworth really wanted to say that's
no, you're wrong.
Stupid.
Yeah, and then he chimes back in. He chimes back in because the NFL was like, Terry, you have to explain why they called this, because this looks bad, because it's called intentional grounding.
Right.
I believe the intentional part is key to that penalty. And you got a referee standing in the middle of an end zone staring at Gabe Davis get fingers in his face mask. That brings the ball to the 1 yard line. You don't think that they're getting in at the 1?
Yeah, I mean the refereeing, not just on our games, the whole year has been pitiful. They are controlling the outcome of a lot of games. And what was it last week in Arizona? They called pass interference. The fucking quarterback threw it into the fucking stands.
I know.
The ball the guy would have had to be 26 feet tall to catch it. It was totally uncatchable. And that was the last one or two. They gave him 1st and goal on the 1, and they went in and scored.
Mm-hmm. And then roughing the passer, Tim Settle. Yep. He turns and Joe Burrow falls on him. What else are you supposed? And he almost might have still had the ball when Tim was getting to him. Yep. Like, it wasn't late. There was such a soft league.
Yeah, I
They're
saw a
ruining
little
it.
bit of
They're
his.
ruining it.
I saw a little bit of his comments. He's like, "I've been in this league. I know what the rule is, and I know how to tackle, and I know that I didn't rough him."
Right.
I mean, but that I feel that's been happening to us, a while. But the thing being right now is our offense. Like I said, patchwork defense. They lost what's his name, Terrell Bernard, to concussion protocol, and I think his name is Dotson. He came in. They held Cincinnati to 3 friggin' points in the second half. That what more can you ask?
Right.
You can't ask for anything else. And the only reason they got the 3 fucking points is because Vaughn missed the goddamn. If they would have tackled Mixon in the backfield there, he
Right.
whiffing on
And
that.
Twitter is like, oh, Vaughn is coming off an ACL injury. He's working his way back. All right, get him off the field then. Put Leonard Floyd in there. Put somebody who can go all out. Like, I'm sick of the excuses. This isn't high school football. This is the NFL. You are here to win games. We're not here to try our hardest. Like, hey, you don't get participation awards in the NFL. There's the homers on Twitter are unbelievable. I
I
don't
know.
know how our fan base got like that.
Well, you
I
can't.
really don't.
You can't. If you criticize the Bills, you don't like them. They that's what they think. You criticize the Bills because you're passionate and you want them to win, and they're doing stupid fucking shit that's preventing them from winning.
Yes.
And the head coach and the offensive coordinator are the guys who are calling the fucking plays or
Right.
running the show. So it's a win-based occupation. You don't fucking win, you get criticized.
Yeah.
And you win, and you don't win when you got one of the best quarterbacks in the league at one, like you said, top 2-3 wide receiver in the league, and you rein him in. You take away. Why did he deserve a $250 million contract? Why? Because he played the way he did the last 3 years or 4 years. That's why you paid him that. And now you say, we don't want you to do that anymore. Okay? We want you to stay in the pocket, and we don't want you to run. We don't want you to get hurt. You're fucking the guy up. And you're fucking the team up.
Yeah. Even I don't know if you watched I'm sure you did. You watched the pregame where they make their picks, and they pointed out that Brandon Beane said, we're still trying to find our identity.
Yep.
Everybody was like, you can't be 9 weeks in trying to find an identity. You can't. That's just, they're lost. They don't know what to do. And when you don't know what to do in this league, you shouldn't have a job. It's just how it goes.
And I realize, they'll never fire McDermott during the year. It won't happen. It just won't. It's just that's not Pagula's style. He's beloved in the building. Players love him. Blah blah blah. But
do they though? Do they love somebody that doesn't help them win?
well, and that's another thing. You'll never hear that. Never find that out.
You might. You saw it at those pressers at the end of the game. Wait till Diggs comes on the podium this week.
Oh yeah, and then it'll be, well, fucking Diggs hates Buffalo. The Bills are in turmoil because Diggs, the guy's smart enough to know that they got a team that can make a run, and he's smart enough to know that they're fucking it up, and he's gonna say it. He's not gonna fucking mince words. He was pissed at Josh last year during the game because fucking Josh was fucking up.
Right.
It doesn't mean he wants out of Buffalo or he hates Josh. He wants to win.
Exactly. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that because
I don't either. The guy's not a problem. You never hear anything about him. You never hear nothing about him.
he's not a problem. You don't
No.
hear him doing anything. He literally drives to the field, practices, plays football, and goes home. He doesn't do anything else. He's not in the media. He doesn't do anything. And it's one thing for him to talk, but he backs it up every single week. Every single week.
I mean, he's got the most catches in the league, you know? I mean, it's just, it's a sad state of affairs right now.
It's so
I'm telling
frustrating.
you.
It's just so frustrating.
And then,
What was that? Say that
like
again.
I said, nothing. I was just saying we got a Monday nighter against Denver, and we're at prime time for pretty much the rest of the year. So you might want to fucking figure out something. And I would do, like I said last week, run the K gun. I mean, that was Kelly and Keith McKellar, but there was no egos. Marv was like, "Fuck yeah, if it works, let's go."
Right.
Our friggin' offensive coordinator, hell yeah, call the plays, Jim, and they motored down that field. And they had, they had Kelly, they had Thurman, they had Andre Reed, just like we have Josh. James Cook is no Thurman, but Diggs, he's probably as good as Reed. But they fed him. They fed him the ball too, Andre. Well, they did have a good complement of other receivers, and that's the thing too. Fucking Davis, what the fuck? How can you have your second fucking receiver get no catches and 2 targets? That's
because
asinine.
They don't use him the right way. Yesterday, you saw T. Higgins. He literally is an identical player to Gabe Davis. Big guy, and big wide receiver, pretty good hands. He doesn't run long, deep shots. He runs 5, 7, 10 yards down the field and stops every time. He killed us yesterday. Killed us. Their best receiver is Jamar Chase. You think he cared that he got? I don't even know what he did.
They
He had
held
a
him in
couple
check
catches.
pretty good. You know who was on him?
Killed us.
That Rasul Douglas was on him. He's a player.
He's good.
He's good. And they had the big old bad boy in there. Linval. Big motherfucker. And he was stuffing up the middle there.
That made me laugh on that QB sneak where he just
Yep.
And guess what? That wasn't roughing the passer. All right. Positives. Dalton Kincaid is a stud. He might go. I saw something. He needs 29 more catches over the rest of the season to break the Bills' all-time catch record for a tight end as a rookie.
Well, I know he got 10. He got 10 yesterday, and there's only, I think, Pete Metzelaars and somebody else are the only 2 that ever had 10. Now there's 3. Metzelaars and who I can't remember who our other tight end was that got him 10 in one game. Yeah, they're finally using him. Rasul, I think he's going to help us a lot.
They need Leonard Fournette to play next game, and I think he will.
He will. And positives.
It's tough for sure. Dane Jackson looked good.
Dane Jackson played a hell of a game.
He played a hell of a game.
He came to play.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
The defense, all in all, I guess you could say it's a positive. They held them. Oh, sorry. They held them to 3 points in the second half, and that, like I said, that's a win, and that should be enough for us to win the game. If you can help Joe Cool Burrow and the threesome to a field goal for half the game,
Mm-hmm.
and we can't even fucking muster up one more touchdown. Just one. That's all we needed.
They don't play with the urgency that they play with in the fourth quarter the whole game. They
No.
play they just don't do it. Like, this defense is good enough to win 13 games if you had the offense of last year or a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They're plenty good enough. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year with the 26th ranked defense. You know why? Because they scored 1,000,000 points. Because who cares? Who cares how many points your defense lets up when you score 40 a game? Not everybody can score 40. Joe Burrow can't score 40. I saw on here, oh, Joe Burrow, Mr. Clutch. What does that even mean? What does clutch mean? Because 3 points in the second half, that's not clutch to me. I don't know.
No. I mean, if you run that ticker by, you can see what teams score. 16, 20, Dolphins at 14, Bears 24, 17. Right. You know, not Commanders 20. Well, Ravens threw up 37. Texans threw up 39.
Yeah, but so
there's not a lot of teams that are scoring 40 points.
The average points scored for an NFL team to win a football game is 24 point something points, that's it. You score 24 points, 25 points, you're probably going to win, even with a defense that's banged up. And the Bengals are generally known as one of the best offenses in the league and one of the best receiving cores in the league. You know, I really do feel for the defense because, you know, the reason they're hurt is because they're on the field the whole time. The whole time. That's why they get hurt. You can't go balls to the walls for, 45 out of the 60 minutes that they play. You just can't do it. Like,
yeah, Hyde was in and out of the game a couple times. You know, he was banged up. Yeah, they need to fucking figure it out, and then they got to stop with the stupid, lame excuses. You know, or God need to get into a rhythm. Compliment, fucking Sean's. Oh, we need to play complementary football, which I guess that means offense and defense have to. You know, offense needs to score, defense needs to stop them from scoring. You know, that's fucking obvious, Sean. You know, don't talk to people like they're fucking like we don't know football. Granted, we're not head coach material.
Right.
I've been around a long fucking time and I watched a lot of friggin' football games, and what they're doing is not right. They're doing something wrong. And they need to fucking figure it out.
And right. And the issue is we don't have Tyrod Taylor anymore. We don't, like, this isn't the Calvin Benjamin, Tyrod Taylor era of the Bills. This is, yesterday was the first time we were underdogs in a game in 2 years. It's so frustrating. I really think that Dorsey should be fired. He shouldn't even got on the plane yesterday. Same with Sean McDermott, because whatever your trust the process or whatever, process is over. The process is over.
I mean, it's a win-based league, and I mean, Pagula, they make big bucks on playoff games, home playoff games, and plus you're building a new stadium. You need to have a team that people want to come and watch in your brand new stadium, and they keep going this way where they're just squandering Josh. It's It's not
It's
good.
sad. It's hard to watch. Pat McAfee and uh, Darius Butler was talking about it. Darius Butler, he quote, and I quote, "It's hard to watch because it is. It's hard to watch great players struggle that way
Be
because
reduced.
it doesn't make sense in your mind. It just doesn't make sense because we know what they're capable of, and it's just like how can you? I don't know. I'm at a loss. And my only solution is to fire him. That's my only solution. And you don't even need to hire anybody. Just let them freaking do what they do. Like, I don't know. I don't know, but
Uh, well,
well,
we'll have to see if
so
they got another. What? They don't play till next Monday. A week. Oh, they got a week. You
yeah,
know, and
the 8 days in between games. We
another
play
9 days or 8 days between games. You know, maybe they
yep.
can put their heads together. And I was listening to a little bit of the GR today, and Sal Capaccio, he's a good reporter, but he's a homer.
Mm-hmm.
And even he said that you know they're trying to make sure he doesn't get hurt, and you know he's getting a little older and his shoulders busted up. It's not busted up, but it's bothering him. And he said, but they've gone too far. They've gone too far with him. I
Right.
mean,
Like
the passion even. I mean, he just
right
sits on the sideline and looks like
with his head down.
fucking.
Like
You know what are we doing here?
that's how you know you need to change in coaching staff because when your leader isn't leading, you have a problem. That is a problem. You never saw Brady like that. Tom Brady never. That dude had fire in his eyes for 60 minutes of every single game of his
He
20-some year career.
he'd fucking run up and down there and curse them fucking
Yeah.
offensive linemen, and you know he'd lose his mind. That's why he was a crybaby, but you know he won a lot.
One of the greatest competitors ever. Can't take it away. Proven fact. And to be quite honest, you're never going to see it again. You're never going. Patrick Mahomes is not going to win that many Super Bowls. He's just not.
No,
And
Kansas
you look
City. I mean, they're winning, but they're not winning by a lot, and they're in the same. They're almost in the same position. No, I shouldn't say that, but they don't have they have Kelsey, and that's it.
that.
They're
Well,
they don't have a legitimate threat. You know, they got that Kadarius Tony,
yeah, they
and
don't. Yeah,
they don't have a Diggs. You
no,
know,
they don't.
but they have a Kelsey, and he's 36 years old, and
I don't think. I think he's like 32, 33, something like that.
Travis. Oh man, his brother is. That's right, Jason.
Jason, yeah.
He's 36. I just saw a thing,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, I want him to win so bad, and I know they can do it. But you know, I if I was the owner, I'd be in Sean's fucking grill saying, "What the fuck is going on, bro?" So
I agree.
That'll probably wrap it up for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, go out and get a bottle of Iron Smoke, try it out. It's pretty good, and you know, hopefully, well, we won't do it next Monday, obviously, because we're playing next Monday.
Yeah. So
For all
probably.
for all our fans, all 6 of them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, you know what? We're here. It's honestly therapeutic for us
it
to come
is.
on here and get it all out because then
Talk to
my
my son
girlfriend
about the
Tony
Bills.
doesn't have to hear it. My mom Sandy doesn't have to hear it. So you know what? We're just gonna tell y'all. And if you listen, great.
Oh, she could hear me. She could hear me yesterday
I know.
because I was losing it. Watching, I just was like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
That's all you can say. That is all you can say. What are you doing? I don't know. Well, sorry, that was kind of it was just a
bitch
event
session.
session there. But it has to happen. It has to happen. We need, it's not working.
Like Zach
Something's not
said,
working.
it's a bit therapeutic to get it out, but I mean, when you lose, you got to talk about it.
Hmm.
You just, and when you lose when you really feel you should win a game, which I thought we should have won that game with the defense holding them to 3 points, but we didn't. So we'll move on to next week and the Broncos on Monday night at home.
At home.
So
Yep.
that's we'll see if they run with the no huddle or figure something out, or they just do the same old fucking shit that they've been doing.
Yep.
And say I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we can't score.
And then you know what? It doesn't matter if they score 70 points on the Broncos next week. It's just gonna be like, oh, it's the Broncos.
Yeah.
So it's the Broncos, and then who is it? The Eagles.
No, Jets.
Oh, the Jets. That's right.
At home too. Next two are at home.
Well, I hope that maybe that'll help. So
we'll.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Tell us, if we're overreacting, underreacting. When we should fire Sean. Tell us something. Yeah, tell us something. Let your friends know. If anybody, we're open to guests as well. If anybody wants to hop on and chit chat and let us know what they think, you're more than welcome. But thanks again, guys. We'll see you next week. I'm actually going to the game next week, so I hope they play good.
All right, peeps. We'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good week.
See ya.
See ya.